taking control of your daily habits can seem something quite challenging, can't it?
Well, actually taking control of them can, yes, because our habits are something that we often do unconsciously and we just don't even realize we're doing them. So I think if you actually actively, consciously think about them and you take control of them, that's when you're heading towards, you're
well on your way.
You're well on your way of actually getting to where you want to go.
And that's what we're going to be chatting about in this week's episode of Get Real with the
English Sisters.
Mind, health and anxiety. And we are therapists and we're here to help you. Deep breath in.
Deep breath in, a nice sigh, because that's one of the things that we often take for granted, isn't it?
And one of the things that we often don't take control of.
Very much, very, very much. That's very, very, very true. You find yourself breathing, yes, in a certain way, like if you're feeling anxious, you'll start breathing more rapidly and you'll have that shallow breath.
You'll have the quick breath. Quick breath.
Yikes, it makes me feel anxious just thinking about it, that quick anxious breath.
But that can easily be remedied with a little giggle and a laugh, can't it?
Yeah, or a sigh, or these sighs of relief and the deep breaths. Yeah, they are actually very, very helpful.
And why are we just going on about this deep breathing all the time? You hear it all the time, don't you? Take a deep breath.
Yeah, it can be boring, can't it? Because when you're feeling in that particular state of mind, you don't actually want to do these things, do you?
No, you think, why? It's the opposite of what you want to do, which is what often that's what I find so interesting about our minds. Often the opposite of what we actually want to do is what we should be doing and what is actually good for us.
But it's what you don't want to do.
No, it's like what you procrastinate to doing or what you avoid doing or what you're fearful of doing is what actually is the best thing for you.
And why is that? And I think if we get down to the nitty gritty, it's because it's not part of our habit.
Exactly.
And we are habitual creatures. We do what we know is best. We do what makes us stay in that little area, that comfort zone that we're used to. So if every day we're used to being in a state of constant anxiety, even though it's horrible, but we're used to that. We're used to getting up, rushing around, feeling anxious, drinking our coffee, and then thinking, the next thing, reading the emails, getting back, that's what we're used to. You drink another cup of coffee, feeling stressed, feeling, that's, it's awful really, but that's how 90% of
we feel we're functioning.
Yes, we feel we're functioning like that. What we're not used to is waking up, taking a few deep breaths, maybe doing a few stretches, connecting with ourselves, doing something that's not picking up our phone,
connecting with nature. Like the other day, I opened the blinds and I saw the red sky in the morning, and I thought shepherd's warning. But it was so beautiful, and I thought, wow, nature is so beautiful. If you just stop to look, I could have easily not seen it.
You could have not seen
opened the blinds and just gone about quickly rushing to get my coffee because I was in a rush. But no, I just stopped for that split second to absorb it. I tried to get my husband to look at it.
I always try. That doesn't work.
He said he'd
not
seen
bothered.
Which was funny.
Yeah, I just went out to let the cat out the other day and I saw that big full moon and I quickly came screaming inside, Jojo, come and see the moon. No way, I've seen it. When have you seen it? You haven't seen it tonight. But anyway, it's like you want to share the joy, but at least I thought I saw it.
No, but I can still picture that beautiful sky now. So,
yeah.
It leaves you with something. It leaves you with that calmness, with that mindful moment. which it can become a habit. You can when you open the blinds or open your front door, before you step into the car or step onto the pavement to rush off, you can just take 1 minute to look around you and look at the sky.
It's not even a minute. It's
a
like 3 seconds.
Isn't it? It's a moment between moments, like what they
Well
say.
done. Yeah, that's exactly it. One moment between another moment can make you look and just notice that the leaves are changing color, or it's amazing now that the colors, because we're going in towards the autumn season, the colors are incredible out there, and maybe it's easier to notice them now because of the change. And that you wouldn't probably normally notice, but whatever it is, if it's something grabs your attention, I think it's worth focusing on in that moment in between those moments.
In order for it to grab your attention, you have to be mindful.
I know.
And it's a catch-22 situation.
Yes.
So you have to build it into your habit to say, I'm going to look at the sky 4 times a day or once a day.
I know.
Or I'm going to go and stop and see if there's a tree or a cat in the road. Just these little mindful moments of nature that we are nature. So we need nature to thrive and survive around us, and we need to take note of it. And even if you live in a concrete jungle, there's always those weeds that sprout up between the concrete, that little piece of grass that's trying to survive.
Yes, the tree, the sky, You look up and you'll see the cloud moving past. It's 1 second, and you'll notice something. And you'll notice something that can help you feel that connection, because you are nature. We cannot divide from it. When we divide from it, and when we're too involved in the inside and or the technical world, then we can feel as if we're losing. Sometimes you can feel really connected because you're chatting and etc. But other times you need to get that real connection.
Yeah, you need to ground yourself.
Yourself. So there's simple things that can become habits, even though we don't want to do them. Because ironically, you do not want to do these things. You just want to get up and go about and trudge along, wash your face, do everything you normally do, because that's what you normally do and that's your normal comfort. So in order to be able to grow and to be able to get out of the cycle, you need to become aware of the cycle in the first place. A lot of the time,
when you're washing your face, you need to notice if the temperature of the water, if it's cold, if it's fresh, if it's icy, if it's warm. Be appreciative of the fact that you have water to wash your face with. It's all these little nuances in your daily life that can add to the richness of it and make you feel complete and grounded and part of something bigger than yourself.
I agree with that. Yeah, it's the sensory experiences that we often are not consciously aware of that I think we have to bring to our attention. Those things that we touch and we feel, and the water splashing on our faces, or even, when we touch our hair, anything. It's all these sensory experiences that they can really enrich. It's the same way when you read a good book and you become totally immersed in the words. It's because the author is describing how the character feels, how they feel through what they're experiencing through this sensory world. So if we can begin to become more aware of that, what things smell like, and hopefully they're good things, but
even the bad things,
you become more aware. Yeah, you become more aware of them. I mean, yesterday, my husband again, he bought this posh cheese because it was on sale. So he said, okay, it was discounted, those special offers. It's this French cheese. And he said, I bought this French cheese. And I said, oh, wow, I hope it's not one of those stinky ones. Anyway, then we left it. And then yesterday, he got the cheese out. I put it in a little Tupperware thing and he got it out. He didn't notice it at first. And afterwards he turned around and he said, oh no, I think the cat has pooed somewhere. And I said, the cat, that's so weird. I mean, she's half of the time, she's an outdoor cat anyway. We do have a litter box for her, but she's very rarely inside yet because it's not even. And I said, the cat. And then he turned around and he said, oh my God, no, it's a cheese. And we had this massive laughter. So that was, he actually was using, that's his sensory smell. And then he said, do you want to try it? And I said, no, thank you. Not after all that.
It brought you into the moment, didn't it?
It certainly brought us into the moment. It was like, because he was like just getting everything. Oh, I'm just going to make a snack before dinner. And, and it was the usual habits, usual patterns. And that made us have a laugh. But it was, yes, because it was something that was strong.
Yeah, but just the fact that he had, I thought there was a cat there for a minute. Just the fact that he had enriched his own life and your life with buying something out of the ordinary that was not habitual for him.
Exactly, that was really weird, yeah.
So that was already, a good thing, wasn't it?
Yeah. I mean, it's not even one of those super, the I was going to say smelly ones. It wasn't even one of those, really. It's probably really on the mild range. I can't remember what it was called now, but Sant Albany. Apparently it's one of these
famous cheeses.
Well, I don't know if it's famous. You probably cheese experts out there will probably say, oh, that's nothing, as far as cheese smells go.
Yes.
But anyway, that was just a little anecdote. It was funny though.
You can change the fact that you can change your mindset though by changing your habits throughout the day.
That was an unusual habit.
That was an unusual
He
habit.
only purchased it because it was on like this special
but sometimes
discount.
These special discounts can with the holidays as well, can't they? They can entice you into going somewhere you wouldn't normally want to go to.
Yes, I know, yeah.
Or be inclined to go to because you think, it's a deal.
Because of the deal, exactly,
yes. The deal will bring you into
Sometimes new deals, though, they can, they enrich your experience. Is that what you were saying?
Because they do, because otherwise you might not have gone there.
New things.
Yes.
That they entice you into bringing new things into your life. So thus you're enriching your life with whatever it is, a new sensory experience with food. But obviously he said the taste was amazing.
He did try it.
Of course he tried it. He loves it. He said it's great. Yeah, he was toasting
Even
the bread.
After that,
he doesn't.
Story doesn't affect him.
No, it doesn't affect him. It sort of immediately put me off because I'm not that good with new things either. So I said I will.
No, but the association.
The association was like, oh no, thanks.
The association with the.
If he hadn't said that, I probably would have gone and tried it. Yeah. Because he said it was a cat poo. I thought, oh my gosh, that certainly put me off. Anyway.
Well, as therapists, we have a technique that can, if you want to stop doing something, if you're in the habit of, say, smoking and you associate it with something negative, every time you put a cigarette in your mouth, you can associate it with poop or something. If you wanted to stop smoking, it's actually very effective if you did the whole technique, isn't it?
Yes.
So I can imagine for you,
for chocoholics as well, that can work.
Yes, the technique that immediately went into your mind, and you obviously didn't want anything to do with it. After.
No. It's very, very powerful, that technique. That's for another day. That's another story. But that does sort of blend into what we're saying, because it is about habits, isn't it? And about breaking some of the habits that are not really useful to us, such as, perhaps smoking or other habits like keeping us stuck in the same place. Because when you always eat the same foods, or you always eat do the same things, it's kind of the same thing. So even trying new foods is a way of expanding your sensory.
Going to different places as well, going to a different restaurant instead of always the same one. I know in the end we always end up going to the same one, because when we go to different ones, we always prefer the one we used to, but that is habitual.
You're sort of so happy to get back to...
so creatures of habit.
Yeah, I recognise that.
Someone I was listening to on a podcast, they said that the travelling was overrated for them, because when they got back home is when they were the happiest.
Yes,
with
back
their family.
in their space.
Yeah. So, I mean...
What are you wondering about
Well,
traveling
I
now?
know. I'm just thinking that it's so true. But if you miss out on those experiences, you can't even appreciate your home. You appreciate your home more when you actually, even if you did something like that, you didn't think you got that much pleasure or joy out of it, out of a trip, say. But when you get home, you appreciate your home so much. So it shows that it still brings you back into the present moment, doesn't
Well,
it?
it makes you see things that you can't see, because sometimes
You
it's
just
like in
take for granted.
relationships, until that person leaves you or is no longer with you, you don't realize how much you actually appreciated them. A lot of the time it's like that, and that's sad. What you want to do is to be able to appreciate the person you're with and to be able to see them for their fullness while they're here with you. Not when they've gone because they felt neglected or because they've died or something tragic, but just because, it's a shame, isn't it? It's nice to be able to experience them for who they are now. And the same thing is for all of your loved ones and for your loved places, like your home. If it's somewhere where you feel really comfortable and you don't want to leave it, sometimes you have to leave it in order to be able to see it again.
And to appreciate it more.
Because the eyes become veiled with habit. And once our eyes are veiled, we don't have the same experiences. We need to be able to get away in order to have a clearer vision of what we already have.
Yeah, and we need to challenge ourselves and do the things that we feel fearful of. Obviously, if they're helpful to us, if we understand ecologically that they're helpful to us, not something that's going to harm us. But
or our families, yes.
For the helpful things that will make us grow and be better people, I think we really do have to give ourselves that little push and encourage ourselves to do that, and ask for a helping hand if you need one. But I think it's those first steps that are really the most important, because that'll get you on a roll to doing things that may be different to your normal habits.
Absolutely. It's that breaking those. You don't have to break them dramatically, but just cutting a little little crack and doing something that's slightly different can then take you on to the next step. And so life becomes more exciting. Life becomes, that little challenge.
Is that even just wearing your watch on your right hand instead of your left hand?
Really? Yeah,
Well,
simple things like that.
Something like that
Neurological.
you're so used to feeling it on your left hand, looking at it on your left hand, that on your right hand, just even that, it'll just bring you back into a mindful moment, because it's just something that's breaking that habit of just normalness that you're so used to.
Yeah, and that can zombify you, can't it?
You can go around feeling like you're not really there. You're in a haze.
It's like veiled. It's this kind of. It's the only way I can explain it. Yeah, I felt like that before, and it's not nice.
You're not fully present. You're I know. I suppose it's all the hormones you have through the anxiety, the adrenaline, all these things that are going through you. But
well, if the adrenaline is intense, so then you can experience everything a lot, and that can be too much, because you don't want to really experience that so much. But if it's like a mild kind of just chronic, that's a word, not mild, I wanted to say chronic anxiety. Sometimes it's that
helpful.
Yes, that kind of chronic state that we are seeing more and more of nowadays, that can be helped by becoming aware of your daily habits and realizing that habits are something that can really make or break your entire life experience. So by becoming aware of your daily habits, you can certainly start to crack open and see new ways of living. Actually
and
see
new
them.
possibilities.
New possibilities
for you.
Exactly. And there's lots of possibilities out there.
There are
lots of possibilities that are just not in your vision at the moment, because we don't actually see that much. Our brain focuses on what we know, and it kind of sort of fades out everything else. So if you're not it's not in your life, it's not in your vision, you don't know about it. So
I think some things we can consciously like delete from our vision, things that are making us feel anxious. Like the habits that are making you feel anxious. Like if you have the habit of spending a lot of time on your phone and you notice that's giving you anxiety, you can break that habit and, put a time limit on yourself.
Right, yes.
Or if you have the habit of like looking through the world news and then getting anxious, or looking through the medical journal and then getting anxious about something, that something's not right with you, you can maybe start to feel a bit.
You can create new habits.
Yes.
Create a new habit. Like if you're always on your phone, decide to write 3 things down that were good today or that are good about your life, and send an email to yourself. Afterwards, when you see that email, you can see it, and it'll be a reminder throughout your day. Whenever you pick up your phone, you can see that email, you put a star on it, make it your favorite, and just read through it. And the next day you can see that same email, and perhaps you can think about another 3 things that were good about your day, or that are actually okay with you now. You can say, well, health is okay, work is okay, or if it's good, say it's good. Notice 3 things that were good or okay about how you are now. Relationship is good, kids are okay. I sent that to myself the other day and I actually liked it. When I saw it, I thought, oh.
Yeah, there's a study I think that said that if you before you go to sleep at night, if you like unwind and then you think about all the anything good that's happened to you that day, it could just be like having a moment to yourself to have a cup of coffee or tea or whatever, but just think of something good that happened, or a loved one that said they loved you or whatever. You will feel calmer when you go to sleep, and you'll have nicer dreams.
Oh, that's lovely. So I think on the dream note, we can
say goodbye.
We can say goodbye for today, definitely.
Do come and visit us on our YouTube channel as well, where we have the YouTube video of the podcast and the podcast version as well. And it's available on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or wherever you get your podcasts. So do come and say hi. You can text us, or you can say hi on Instagram.
Let us know if you find any way of sort of interrupting your daily habits by slowly introducing a new habit that you can find is very helpful. And maybe other people can do that too, like the email one, or like looking out of the window in the morning. Just something really simple that we can all add to our lives to make them.
I think that's the key, to
add. We don't have to take away,
productive,
but let's just add some new stuff,
new helpful habits. Love and smiles from the English sisters. Bye bye.
Bye bye. Bye.
Bye bye.